Hi, my name is Marcus Somerville. I'm from Aurora, Colorado, and I first found Prime Driven essentially by Facebook, Instagram, probably a couple years ago. I got a couple cars myself, and I think I got an ad one time, and I knew of them, and I saw that they were really kind of into like the Toyotas and MR2s. But then I saw some links about some of the other cars and contests, and because I know there was a couple other guys floating around. But as soon as I seen one of the Evos and I think one of the Supras they posted, uh, I entered in that one and I kind of been on it to say, just try to do it. But I've been hooked on it ever since. So that was pretty much my shoe in. So I entered in this giveaway because that I mean that red Evo was is probably one of the best cars I've seen up there. And there's been some really good ones. I think I've probably entered for almost every Evo that's been put up there. But I've entered for a couple other cars as well. But uh, yeah, they couldn't help but do enter for that. But ironically, I actually told myself I was going to stop after this one because I just had my first kid. So I was like, well, one last time won't hurt. So it's amazing that it actually won on the one I actually told myself I wasn't going to enter in after anymore. So pretty cool that that happened. What got me into cars? Essentially, my grandpa was a gearhead, and I've always had family, that's had really nice cars, and my dad's had really nice cars and everything. And I just I grew. I'm 36, so I kind of grew up in an age where typical Fast and Furious, Gran Turismo, all those things really kind of blew up the car scene. But for me, there's this one particular moment I remember when I was probably in middle school, and some guy drove past me in a Subaru, and he like hit this corner really quick, kind of gave me a thumbs up because he saw me checking it out, and right there I was like hooked, and I told myself like one day I got to get one of these. So um, it, there's a bunch of different influence, but that was that one moment I've always known that like that kind of got me into cars, and I was like when I get a little bit older, get a job, start putting money in, get investing in cars and all that, and I've been hooked ever since. So I was at work when I got the text message, and I instantly thought it was fake because um, it pretty much said you won and all that, and then I was like, no, there's no way. And I checked my email, ended up seeing that it was on there, and then got the text that Eric was gonna call me in a couple minutes. So as soon as I heard his voice, I knew it was real. So kind of threw me off for the rest of the day. I couldn't concentrate on work and all that. Luckily, I was only there for a couple more hours, but that kind of blew my mind that that even happened, and just you know made my whole week. So, but yeah, it was a shock. First thing I'm doing is taking it to the mountains. Gotta tear up some roads up there, and probably drive that thing all weekend. Then I want to probably eventually get started on some of the upgrades. Because that'll probably most likely end up being a track car. I got the Evo. My other Evo I can daily, and I have my other 3000 GT that's pretty much bone stock. So that's also been my daily. But yeah, this one will strictly probably be a race car. Um, so that's my goal for now, but we'll see where that goes with it. What I would tell the next person that looking to enter is go for it. 50 bucks, $30 is not a lot to lose. So if you see something you like, it's worth a shot. I had a chance of a car. I really think that Prime Driven has the best odds out of a lot of the other car giveaways. A different car every week, so the turnaround is pretty nice, and the cars are always usually really nice or really cool. So something practical too. Versus definitely want to say thanks to Prime Driven, Eric, who I spoke to. And everybody else behind the scenes you probably don't see. Say thank you. It's pretty exciting. to have some kind of opportunity like this happen for myself. I want to thank my wife because she probably was thinking of, like, man, it's such a waste of money. You could be doing something, else with. It adds up pretty quick. But I want to thank my wife for sure. Um, she'll be my first passenger for sure.